done by paid government agencies, but was not. Now, we need your help. Our portion of the Bronx has been underserved for half a century. Some of you with a gray or thinning hair like mine remember the unfulfilled transportation promises that were made when Co-op City was being built. Remember the ideas about a light rail that was supposed to take people to Co-op City? Never got built. Remember when the plans for the new Manhattan-Lexington Avenue subway line were being put together? Proposals were made to take that subway line and to extend it to the Bronx. That was never done. Those of you who enjoy a bit of history might remember that going back to the 1930s, the Bronx had more subway lines than we do now. Yet all we get from our city agencies are telling us, well, don't take your cars into Manhattan, you don't belong there. Take the subways that are already rapidly overcrowded. We have again seen a major change to the transportation needs of the Northeast Bronx, completely ignored by the bureaucrats. Our highways need to be improved and better maintained. New entrances and exits need to be added. New express bus lines need to be added to go to the new business areas that are growing onto the west side of Manhattan. The constant insult of over-enforcement of meters along East Tremont Avenue must be ended. As a member of the East Tremont Garage Merchants Association, I often hear the complaints of businesses and customers alike that it's almost impossible to shop there, worrying about getting to that meter because if you're 1 second overdue, or sometimes 1 second underdue, you're going to get a ticket. It has become apparent yet again that those responsible, or should I say irresponsible, government agencies will continue to ignore our communities unless each of you takes the time to call and write them and tell the elected officials who oversee them to do their job. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been ignored long enough.
Okay, so this is where we go from here. Again, all is not lost. We all now recognize this is a serious problem. There are solutions to these problems, some of which are already underway, as we've outlined. We need to inform our family, friends, and neighbors of these issues, and we ask them to prioritize these problems by writing to their elected officials. We need to present the best ideas to government agencies and our elected officials and then advocate for our solutions. The coalition will be presenting these ideas in a report to our elected officials in the coming weeks. We'll post the report online for all to read and share. We will send the report far and wide to every elected official and agency and request a meeting to discuss it further. We'll start a petition to gain support of our plan, and we'll be meeting again in 6 months to give everybody a status report on where we stand. Please sign in if you haven't signed in already, and submit your comment cards. If we stick together, we have a higher chance of getting things done. As they say, there's strength in numbers. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out again. I'd like to mention a few people that have come out. Tom Messina from Congressman Crowley's office. Mike Rivera from Jimmy Vacca's office. Patrick Rogio from the Bronx Times. Dan Colville from Senator Klein's office. Ben Randazzo from Assemblyman Benedetto's office. Ken Kearns and Mike Prince from Community Board 10. Now we're going to start the public. Alethea Williams from Mark John Lang. Thank you all for coming. Now we're going to start the public input part. If I get your name wrong, I apologize. First speaker up would be John Tagliarino from Thrive's Next. Just please remember, be kind, and you have 3 minutes to speak. If you don't mind, just keep it to 3 minutes.
My name is John Tagliarino. I don't know if what I'm going to say has anything to do with, some Is this right? How's this? Okay, the primary congestion problem starts with, as far as I see, is the Washington Bridge, George Washington Bridge. Once it gets congested, it backs up all the way to Pelham Bay, then trickles down to I-85, Bruckner, Hutch, Bronx River. And the trickling is due to people, they can't wait on that type of traffic, so they have to go elsewhere, and they take other alternatives. And part of the solution of this problem is there are too many trucks, pickup and delivery trucks at the same time during morning and afternoon rush hour. I think they could, if they reschedule their pickup and delivery on off-peak times, it might be a little bit of a solution. And another problem is if they could somehow fix the cross Bronx, you know, the potholes that you keep hitting, one after another, that might speed things up a little. I don't know if that'll help. And harsh laws there, it's going to be a while before you get a tow pickup, or even the tow trucks don't have time to even, they're stuck in traffic and they can't pick you up. So by the time they get to you, the day's over. And the other problem is Whitestone and Triborough Bridge is under repair most of the time, either closing one lane for a month and then start on another side. And there's the other problems of the other problem is the Hutchinson Bridge opens. That bridge opens on unscheduled times, which holds traffic both ways for at least 20 minutes. They should have some kind of digital sign sometimes to tell you that if they're going to float, they're going to block the traffic so people can get off. There's another problem with McDonald's on Phillip Avenue. The drive-through, people always, they're blocking folks coming and going in both directions in the street, besides it being blocked by double parked postal trucks. Another problem there. And I guess one solution that to monitor traffic is put more cameras so they can look like traffic monitoring.
Thank you. Next up is Cynthia McIntosh.
Parking on Greenfield is a disaster. Where the students are at Marathon, they are parking all along Pennyfield and on the side streets that are dead-end streets. So the residents have no place to park. Now, I know in most colleges, freshmen are not allowed to have cars. I don't know how it is here, but you can have, they park their car on Sunday night, they don't move it again until Friday after school. And anyone that lives in the area, forget, some people that we have, community that's very diverse, have to park as far as the church on Harding Avenue, in order to find a place to park. The other problem is, and I don't know if this is possible, if there is a way to have, like they do in some Westchester counties, of a resident sticker. So let's say, like I live in a condo at the end, and we have a parking blocks. But let's say I got a second car, which I don't, but if I did, I have to park around the street. So that would allow me to have a sticker that I live in this area, and maybe deter some of the students. And the weekend warriors, when we have the reserves, and we absolutely need these men and women to fight, do not discount what they do. But the residents suffer. And what happens is it's a narrow street, if you're familiar, and the lane was made before SUVs and Yeah. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is the right venue to bring all this to light, but I felt I wanted to see how
Thank you. Next up, Patrick Strenzel.
How you doing? My name's Patrick Stranzel, I'm from Pelham Bay, and one of the things I brought up tonight was, that they plan on building 3 more 10-story buildings. And increasing the amount of people who work there from 1,500 to 9,000. Now, I think that's way too many people to be exiting out to Waters Place. I believe they're looking to open up Mahoney Street to go onto Mount Baldwin. And then we route these people in half to get onto the New Thruway to Pelham Bay. I don't think that we should have the burden of a residential street carrying this traffic when they could go onto which is considered a commercial street, Waters Place. There's no residential houses over there, and it's wrong. You know, basically, we have 14,000 cars going up 2 streets in Pelham Bay right now. Because the only way they can get through Pelham Bay, off the Hutch, Pelham Parkway, is go to St. Paul to Borough. So I don't think that Borough should be allowed to overdevelop to a point where it has to spill out into residential neighborhood. That's basically it.
Thank you. Okay, I'd like to ask if there anybody in the room that would like to speak before we end the meeting. You might not have signed up, but if you want to have an opportunity, now is your chance. Come on, Marcia.
Okay, I've asked Senator Klein, Mike Benedetto, John Calanter, and Guy Colella for many years. There are downstate problems that affect us. There are upstate problems that affect our neighbors. And lo and behold, there is an interstate problem that affects us all. When I could not get out of Waterbury Avenue to get onto I-95, that's when this discussion started with regard to traffic. So this weekend I hung out with an 18-wheel tractor trailer driver, and he told me about Boston. And he told me about what the tractor trailer drivers in Boston go through because of us. And they said, why don't you do something with that damn traffic on Bruckner Boulevard? And I went, hee. And then he told me what Boston had done. And I sent this out to the interstate elected officials. Because what they've done is they put up signs and they put out painting on the side of the road. And between certain hours of the day, when these guys are moving, they use the shoulders as through traffic. And the rest of the lanes stay exactly the way they are. They are allowed in that shoulder lane to get the hell out of our communities, out of those communities in Boston. So excuse me, when John Doyle is talking about $30 million, was it, with regard to expanding I-95, we've got shoulders. Why don't we sit down and think this out? There is a way of resolving, getting these tractor trailers off of our immediate streets. We can't do anything about Robert Moses. He had his day and his glory, and may rest in peace, because he gave us the Cross Bronx Expressway, and we're living with it. And we're living with the other roads, and we've had it up to here. So it's time to examine what others along the I-95 corridor are doing. It's not only our 95. It's a 95 that keeps going. And we have no rest stops for these truckers, no place for them to pull over. Thank you, Bronx Times, for dealing with that subject this weekend in your article. But I think we need to go to the next layer of elected officials.
Okay, if anybody did feel like coming up publicly speaking, just remember that we have comment cards, and if you could kindly fill them out, make sure you sign in. If there's nobody else that wishes to speak, we're going to wrap up the meeting tonight, and I'm very happy that everybody came out. I'm glad to see everybody, and be safe going home. Hope it's not raining too hard. Thank you.